Happy Sunday! It is, and it took me a second to figure out what freaking day of the week it is because it's still the weird holiday nonsense of nobody knows what day it is. But it is Sunday. I double checked. My clock thing was really weird, so I don't know if it actually scheduled this for the right time, but it is 11 o'clock my time, and we are here to check out what Breyer has released because there's a whole crap ton of stuff. So I didn't pick a specific topic for today because there's so much Breyer stuff to cover. So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over all the stuff that Khrysalis Studios, me, is doing this year, at least the stuff I can tell you about. And yeah, it should be really fun. I'm very excited for 2026. I wasn't here for Christmas because I was sick. I had a flu bug that just decided to just scrape your face along the ground long enough that you're not feeling like doing much of much. So I am better now, though. So that's nice. All right. Hopefully, everybody had an awesome holiday. Let us get into the good stuff. All right. Like I was saying, there's crap tons of stuff to cover for Breyer. Let us start with the 2026 releases. I'm going to pull these off of Chelsea's Model Horses page here. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger for you guys. All right. So I'm using Chelsea's Model Horses. I think I had originally pointed to Paint Pony, but they don't have the holiday releases. So this covers everything, which is kind of nice. So let's go over them one by one. We have the individual stablemates, which is actually a super exciting selection because we're getting a Django in actual black for once, which is very cool. It's the first time we've actually seen him in black. I am 99% sure, especially as a regular one. So that's kind of cool. We're getting the semi-rearing Mustang in bay, which is cool. Great for my brain goes to customizing and bodies. And then the Othello. So our little winter song Othello guy. There's the Warm Blood in a buckskin pinto. There is the Loping stock horse in a roan, which is really nice. And then the Grayson guy, the thoroughbred in a dapple, or it looks like maybe not dapple gray. I don't see dapples. Might just be a solid steel gray. All right, then we have, very cool. This is Fuego, 2026 Halloween horse. It is done in a glow-in-the-dark resist, and I love the resist dapples on this guy. So he's got resist dapples kind of in the flank areas and the belly. So it almost looks like there's embers coming up, which is really super exciting to see them use this a little bit more creatively. And then all the dragons glow. Did I say dinosaurs? Anyway, it's been one of those months. And that is not available right now. The holiday releases will be October of this year, so that's still a long way away, but you can pre-order from some places depending what you're looking for. So that's super cool. We get a fire horse, so Yan Wu is done on the Animar mold. It has what looks like gold Chinese character brand on the bum for the year of the horse. And then you have gold mapping around all of the pattern there. The white underneath might be pearly, looks like it's probably pearly, and then kind of a candy apple color for the top, which is super cool. So that also gives us, although it's glossy, a reasonably accessible Animar, although the price is a little bit higher than your average. This is super exciting. So we have Pluto Gracia, and that is the first time we've seen the Lipizzaner mold come in actually a Lipizzaner color. So super fun. That is a really nice traditional Lipizzan white gray. So grayed out to the point where they are pretty solid there, which is fun. And yeah, it has the non-base version, so it's the one that stands with its tail, which is kind of cool. It's interesting that they had both of those. I'm wondering if the bases were so problematic that they just shifted what they were doing with it. So That's kind of an interesting little thing. Then we have these guys. You guys probably heard me squee from I don't even know how far away. Kathleen Moody had done a series of, let's see, Breyer ornaments that were all the mischievous ponies. And I can't remember for the life of me what the name of the pony is. I have like one, and I don't have my tree up, so I can't. Pony ornament. You guys can remember what the name is. Oh, come on, keyboard. Okay, well, my keyboard has decided it doesn't want to work. Hopefully that means my stream is still working. So yeah, there was a line of ponies that Breyer did an ornament form that Kathleen Moody had sculpted. One was bucking Santa off, the other one was stealing his hat. And that's what this reminds me of. I don't know who the sculptor is, but we have a chibi cartoon style Fireheart, which is super cool, and the original release color, as well as a chibi style silver done as the Marvelous colorway, which is super fun. So that'll be super cute to put on any tree. That'll be super fun to put on any tree, and I think it's really adorable. So I will be having those for my collection. We have the Hamilton mold in the Ideal series by Oren Mixer in a Bay Tobiano there, which is kind of fun. It's a nice color. I love the transitions in the tail. They did such a good job with the flow of that tail. Then we have the Betsy and Ross Patriotic Decorator for the Quincentennial, I think is how you say it. The America's 250th anniversary. So that is the first regular run release of Tiger Lily, not with Firestorm as the foal, which is kind of the plot twist. Although Firestorm is shown in the Breyerfest logo, so I have a good guess that Firestorm is probably going to be in their lineup for the molds for the special runs or for the limited editions, meaning they usually don't do two releases at the same time. And fun fact, when I had originally done the concept art for Tiger Lily and Firestorm, one of the options that they had liked was a running mare and foal, but I wanted a spicy foal. So we didn't do running, but they're kind of living it through this set, which is kind of cute. So that's kind of a fun little collector fact if you wanted one. But I really like her in clear wire. It's going to be awesome for different decorators and abilities to play with it. Plus you can use it as just a normal body. There's a lot of glossy stuff coming out, so that does make things a little bit more of a challenge, but you can have the gloss stripped off by someone that does the sandblasting stuff. So that is fun. I think it's really cute. I'm quite honored to be part of that for Breyer. It's neat to see her used as like a American Mustang, America's 250th birthday kind of thing. And she looks really pretty, so I can't wait to get my hands on one. We have the Pursuit of Happiness gift box set, which is kind of fun. And that includes the, I can't remember the name, Cassidy. That's by Maggie in a red candy apple color with the stars on it. And then we have fireworks on the butt of, I really like this little Arab. I've been quite partial to it for a while. With fireworks on its butt, that's the G2 Arab. And then we have the G3 Cantering Warm Blood with the American map on it. This is cute. The Arctic Princess is a Arctic Princess adventure. Comes with the Emma mold in kind of a light buckskin, almost buttermilky kind of buckskin color there, with a cute little plush seal, which is really large comparatively to the set. So I'm assuming that's just for cuddling, not for the set itself. Unless it's a magical giant baby seal, in which case that would be adorable. Like, it's like the size of an elephant. And then comes with a cute little braided neck rope. Looks like sparkly saddle pad. And then the doll done up as a Arctic princess. So super cute. And it is limited to 3,500 pieces, which is kind of neat too. So for Emma collectors, that's going to be a little more of a challenge than you're used to. Which would be kind of fun. Then there's Gambit, which is a flagship exclusive jumping pony on the Newsworthy mold. It is limited to 1 per person. Super cute buckskin leaping blanket Appaloosa POA style pony. Flagship means that they're only available in certain stores and will be reasonably limited, but super cute run, super cute killer for that particular horse too. Then there's Thorin, which is the unicorn choice. It is a Shenandoah mold. Looks like it has blue interference, maybe violet interference over the whole thing. Definitely blue. And love the colors, the blues and the purples in the mane and the tail. It is also glossy. They're on a glossy push here. You can really see the blue interference pop through in some of these photos, which is kind of cool. So I think it's cute. I love when they do pretty unicorns. Vespertine unicorn ornament. This looks like the Dollar General molds that they were using, the ones that were popping up in Dollar General and certain Walmarts of the Paddock Pal re-release, but slightly different scale than Paddock Pals used to be. The Arab there. Let's see. Yeah, my keyboard's like, send me out. Is my battery dead? Maybe my battery's dead. Well, that's going to make today interesting. Okay. Well, we will proceed without a keyboard, which will be fun. So yeah, if you look, I was going to show you a photo, but I can't now because I can't type on my keyboard. Wireless. Probably because I'm not actually turning it off when I'm not using it, which in retrospect, not the smartest thing. But yeah, if you look up the Breyer Paddock Pals, or the Dollar General ones, then the Arab with its head turned, I think Maggie did the sculpt. They made it smaller, they put unicorn hair on it, and ta-da! Let's see what we got next. This is the Christmas horse. It is the 30th in the series. It's called Holiday Homecoming. Cute little bits in the like meant to look kind of like a chain, but they're little snaffle style bits with your really cute little plaid. The bells are kind of cool. The holly's cool. Big bell on their big bow on the front. And yeah, just kind of, they do it every year, pick a different mold. Looks like the horse underneath will be, it's the Emerson mold. Looks a little pearly white gray. So if you like that, that could be kind of fun. I don't know if it has dapples. We probably won't know until the first person unclothes it. So that is the thing. Then we have Santa on a racehorse. So off to the races, Santa ornament. This is the thoroughbred mold that they had that was available in classic size for a while, had glass eyes. Then they did it as, I think, a paint your own kit. And it's now popped up with Santa on it, which is kind of cute. And then we have a stablemate set. So this is the Mountain Ranch gift set. So you have your wild rearing Mustang, which is, I think, one of the first more, well, I think we've had some blind bags with it in there, but the rearing mini fighter in stablemate size that we haven't seen a lot of regular run body availability for this guy. So this is kind of cool. Really cute pattern for him. The Rainer, which I know a lot of people were hoping for one of those, in a really nice rose gray. We have the standing wag stock horse in a buttermilky buckskin, and then we have a really pretty on the my brain's trying really hard. We have a really pretty mini Smart Chicolina, because it's like, how many go through all the mold names? Which is the first mold name? Mini Chicolina, Smart Chick, in a really pretty black roan. So blue roan, num. Looks maybe pearly a little bit, nobody knows. Super cute. Then we have Mare and Foal sets. So there is a really cute draft set. So that is your little mini York and then the G2 trotting stablemate, Belgian, whatever you call it. It's been a few different things. So that'll probably have the little draft full with it. Nobody knows what color. There's a few options. They keep it reasonably true to genetics there. Then you have your sport horse variety. So you have your cantering warm blood in Silver Bay, and then you have the blanket Bay Appaloosa on the WEG para dressage horse mold, doing the extended trot there. There's a really nice rose gray on another WEG. I don't even know what you call this one. There's like a whole bunch of WEG ones all at the same time. Trotting WEG, warm blood thing. I don't know. And then we have Kit in like a buckskin kind of color, which is super cute. So those will all make really, really adorable babies, I am sure. We won't know what the babies are until people start getting them, which is kind of fun. Then we get into their more regular run traditionals. So apolitical, apolitical, Jess? I have no idea how you say it. But anyway, looks like it has Bendor spots. So it's got little spots in the coat. Very cute. It is on the ideal stock horse. And they've been using that one for the Orin mixer for quite some time now. So it's nice to see it show up in a different sense. It is on the Geronimo mold and super cute. So they did a really nice job with the shading on the chestnut and the little Bendor spots. It's kind of fun because we don't see that too often. And then we get animals. So Breyer hasn't done an animal release as a regular run in quite some time, I think. And we haven't seen the bears in a while. So it's cool to see the North American black bear and cub pop up in the regular run releases. I think that was a surprise to everybody. Super, super cute. Love the bears. We have a Breyer Advent calendar. It's horse camp. So this comes with a horse or an accessory every day for Christmas. So again, this won't be available until October, along with any of the other kind of holiday stuff. This makes me think of like the early 2000s when I first got into Breyer, because the unicorn magic carriage mare and full set, super cute. Because they had this little like romantic-y kind of set that came out about the same time as the Romance Huck did, which wasn't really my theme and my style, but still really cute. So this is just adorable. And I like that the carriage can carry the little foal on the back. I don't know, makes me squeak. We're seeing the gray Hope. She was Hope or Love and Hope or something for last year. The first Arab mare mold in regular run without the baby. So that's kind of cool. In a white gray, also really nice. So that'll be great for customizers and people that are looking to get a hold of it. And we actually see her twice, which I don't see that particular version on the screen right now, but that's okay. Let's do it from this side over. Continue on with the ponies. But we do see it again in clear wear as a deco as a unicorn, which is interesting because they don't usually release two of the same mold like that, especially in their regular runs. So we also have a classic black Overo stock horse on the Harper mold. This one's a very popular mold. It's super adorable, and Overo is a really cute color, so that's going to be fairly popular. And then we have Hogel Hinton, a Criollo stallion mold. So that was our Bandolero mold, and now it is a dapple gray Criollo stallion in regular run, which is kind of fun. This is the first time we've seen this particular mold in regular run, so that'll be fun for customizers. It is the no mane version, so that gives you lots of options for hair that doesn't require dremeling. The snow globe for the year is Star of Winter Snow Globe. It is not a mold that we've seen anywhere. It's super dynamic. It's doing a little turny thing, which is super cute. And it is musical, 24th in the series. Very pretty. Another classic release is the Chestnut Rearing Mustang, and it is the, I don't even know if we have a name for that particular mold, but super cute. Maggie Bennett sculpted it. It's in a fiery, for the fear of the fire horse, color of chestnut. and that will make a lot of Conga people happy. Greta, so they're releasing some cute kid riders, looks like in classic scale. So we have Greta is the English rider here. She comes with tack too. Looks like it comes with a blanket, saddle. She's got cute little boots. I like the tealy color. They have more riders, so we'll cover those. So there's a winner circle gift set. This is and actually really cute, the Kentucky Derby style derby hat. So it's Tinsley and Buttercup Breeze. The racehorse, you got a trophy standing in the winner circle. It's a nice bright bay, very cute setup there. Another classic release is Candy Delights, the Halflinger Mare in Full, in a really candy colored pink, and looks like gold. I don't know how sold I am on the gold on the mare's face, but it's cute. So it might come across a little bit better in person. Might be there to kind of mimic more of a bald face. Baby's adorable in that color. I really like that. So then we have Twila and Moonstone. So these are getting into more of their kid line, magical unicorn, rider, and horse set. So she's got her hair to match her horses or unicorns, I guess, with like a bedazzling style in the mane and the tail with all the little gems in it, which is super cute. Comes with a saddle and a bridle. So if you wanted to magically ride a unicorn, you could. The paint your own ornament kit is the Irish sport horse with the cute little drafty baby. A really cute little set there. If you want holiday craft, again, that's 2026, so you won't see that until October. And then they put out this Unicorn Magic Deluxe wood play castle, which is super cute. So it says it's for stablemates. It does not. Does it come with stablemates? Normally they would. What is that? An elevator? It's got an elevator in it. It's cute. Okay, so comes with 2 flags, 4 towers, 4 stalls, bridge, manual elevator, and hinge doors. Unicorns sold separately, so it doesn't actually come with any ponies to play with. Next page. Here's our decorator. So that is again the Arabian Mare Mold in Classic by Sarah Mink in a really cool teal with some pink and white. It doesn't specify. Let's see. Deep in the hidden forest lives Saphira, a shimmering turquoise unicorn with rosy pink accents like the sunset. Each morning she wakes the flowers, tickles butterflies with her horn, and brings joy to every creature she meets. Yeah. So really pretty color. Another clearware, which is kind of cool. I'm very excited that they're getting more into the clearware stuff because I think that that makes for some really cool opportunities for customizers if you want to do cool clearware customs, but also play around with some of that effects that you can get with that, people putting lights inside of them and stuff. Here's another doll. So it's a classic doll. It is Sylvie. She has Western tack and cute little blanket. There's wait. Oh, Sylvia. It looks like it says Sylvie on the. Yeah, Sylvie. This is wrong. Then we have Lyra. So Lyra has, and that's really cute on the Malik mold there. Lyra is a unicorn rider with tack, so she's got a cute bedazzled blanket, and then kind of She-Ra-esque in a way, which is kind of interesting. She's got her little crown on there, and then the little flowery looking saddle pad looks really neat. That would look really good on Malik. I don't know if his mane would be cohesive to a rider sitting on him, but we will see. Another one of their kind of junior line, so Tess and Birdie, Appaloosa. This would totally be up my alley as a kid. English horse and rider, so she's got some cute little English tack on there. The braids are cute. This is Nora and Boots, also super cute. Western horse and rider, classic sized, more of the kids pony line. I heard a little red boots and hat are so cute, and all the bows in the hair. And then we're into the last of the releases. So there's a Blue Roan Classic Appaloosa, stock horse, which is super cute. We don't see that mold too often. And we have a bay on the Morgan mold in the classic scale. And then a champagne quarter horse cross is what they're calling it. And that's super cute on the Christina Lucas Francis, I believe, Morgan style mold. So that is what Breyer has been up to for their regular run releases. So I'm going to check in with chat and then we can go over what they did for the Premier Club and beyond, because they blew some minds with that. We have Kimberly, hello. Happy New Year, welcome. Gail, hello. Marty, hi. Thank you. I'm very glad I'm feeling better too, because oh my goodness. It was just like I slept on the couch for quite a few days of not being able to move. And then thankfully we didn't do too much for the holidays, but it was still brutal. I have things I got to do. This is so inconvenient. Katie, we have Katie, Amy. This is the year of the clearware, Amy. Congratulations. Gail on a regular on stablemate, Darius. Did we get a stablemate, Darius? Why wasn't it in the thingy? I can't type on my keyboard, so I can't find. Darn it. Breyer, stablemates, 2026. Are they up on there? Oh, they have stuff on their site now. So Breyer didn't originally have this stuff up on the site, but now they do. Stablemates, classics. Bear with me while I look up on a different device, because my device has decided it doesn't want to do the thing. Where's this? Where's the Darius? Oh, Darius meaning the semi-rearing Mustang. My brain's thinking Darwin. I was like, I didn't see a Darwin. So yes, we got a Darius. And then my brain does like Darius, my fish horse character, because yeah, thing. We're just gonna totally derail my brain. Mimi says, I love the resist apples on the Halloween horse too. Marty, actually love most of the new releases. I know, it's been a while, right? Like, I don't know. It's been a while since it's been a whole bunch of releases that I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good year. But everybody has a different flavor. Kinsey, hi. Amy Breyer's killing me with these new releases. Sarah, hi. Brenda, good morning. Take 10 of the clearware. Laura Rocksmith, hi bye. Hi bye. Katie says, rest in peace, my wallet. Andrea, such a good lineup for the spring. And then we're gonna have the ones that are mid-year as well. So there will be lots of cool stuff. Plus they're going to have all of the January's the month for all of the Breyerfest horses to be shown off. So the fun will keep going. It'll be crazy. Pam, hi, welcome. Kinsey says, note to self, me, always keep spare batteries near wireless keyboard. I know, right? I can't type, or at least my mouse. I should be turning my mouse off too. I'm just learning this thing because I have not had wireless keyboards or mice. But the mouse can charge, it plugs in. And you'd think that the keyboard would be able to plug in and charge too, but no. Vanessa, hi Vanessa. I pre-ordered 2 of those sets with the mini FS. I feel like they're way similar to the sets that they did. Some of them do feel a little bit similar, so we'll see how it goes. Longhorn bull last year. Oh, we did get a long, so that's technically animal. I find that the cows are a little more friendly to the lions, so they have those out more often, but the wildlife is something we've seen in special runs here and there, but nothing really in the regular run line in quite some time. Amy, I'd love to see that snow globe horse in traditional size. I know, it's all twisty and turny and stuff. Sarah, she's cute but not a fan of the nose. Amy, once I move, I'm absolutely working on clearware customs. Yes, do it. Marty, lights inside clearware, love that idea. And then you can put opaque paints on the outside and then have a mixture of transparent and opaque. It would be fun. There's a couple people that are doing lamps and things. Lori, hello, welcome to the stream. scale in the boxed group set. Darius. Yes, I figured it out. It just took me a second because my brain was like, Darius the fish? And then it was like, no, it's not the hippocampus. It's Darius. And then I got excited because I thought it was Darwin. But I'm excited for it to be the semi-rearing Mustang as a body because it's a super cute mold. I think there's a lot of potential with that. All right, let's get into more Breyer because the Breyer never ends for this year, which is pretty crazy. I'm going to pop you over here. So they were peaking all the different molds for the individual stablemates. Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. No, maybe. We'll do it this way. So a lot of people are getting really excited for the molds. I did post, I've been trying to post as I've been seeing reveals and things up on the Ravers group on Facebook. And the molds here are super exciting. We have the semi-rearing Mustang, the Darius guy. We have the Django. First time seeing Doolittle, the little one. What did they call it for the Breyer run? That's the Mindy Berg laying down horse. And it's almost there. My brain's saying periwinkle or something, but that's not right. And then the G3 kind of oddball out is the draft on the end. So people are really excited about the molds. And it's kind of hit or miss about the reception for the colors. I'm a miss for most of them. The Django is pretty cute. They're done up as the flag colors for the Nordic nations. And this is a better picture, I think. So kind of a purpley blue, probably more on the blue side because the flag is more of the blue side. So they picked the flags of some of the Nordic nations. There was some contention about the fact that they didn't do all of the Nordic nations, but there's only 4 spots. So there's only so many things they can do. Let's see, lying down mare mold. So Iceland is the red one. It's called Keflavik. Gonna butcher these. Sorry, guys. It is a glossy metallic dapple red with a metallic, I don't see dapples, but they're saying dapple, with a metallic blue mane and tail and legs. So first time we're seeing this mold, it's a glossy again, meaning bodies aren't going to be as easy to deal with. Super cute detailing in the muzzle area there, but the black eye with no shading around it kind of loses. Maybe that's what's losing me, is the eyes just kind of look like they stare into the abyss. Then this is Helsinki. It is representing the country of Finland. Might have some, yeah, no, it's saying glossy metallic dapple blue. Again, I conga Django, so I'll probably get one. I like blue. And maybe it's probably just the eye. Like if they would have done a little bit more of the gray shading around it, maybe. It's just like, man, it's like those, it reminded me of those dollar store stablemates that they did in the plain colors with like the just blopped eyeballs on there. But they're definitely taking a little more time. Then this is Uppsala. It's representing Sweden. The Swedish flag colors are intense. So we have like a bright goldy yellow with blue, metallic blue. It reminds me of the like Art Nouveau stablemate and things like that. So super cute. They'll actually probably go really well together. Here, let me. Oh, I don't have them available. They were on the shelf right there, but they're not now. And I can't look it up because my keyboard's dead. So it'll go really well with Art Nouveau, probably. Same kind of feely thing. Again, glossy, so not as easy to body, but we have a body in the set. So there is that. And then we have Copenhagen, which is representative of Denmark in a metallic red minimal Sabino on the G3 kind of weird looking draft. He's never been my favorite draft. I'm sorry, little buddy. But he's cute. He makes a fun little custom. So those are our stablemates for the events. They represent all the Nordic nations. Here again is the Django looking probably a little more purple than he actually does in real life. Super cute. Not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but that's okay. It leaves more for the people that do really enjoy them or want to body them or do other things with them. So there's that. Then Breyer did a whole lineup of Crazy Train. So let's see what you're saying about these guys. Hope to see more wildlife models. Um, how do you paint a clearware custom? So you can use paints that'll either bond to the plastic, or you can get clear primers. Those clear primers will allow you to paint over top, and then your sealant will of course seal stuff. And then you want transparent if you want to keep the clearware color. I think that at one point Karen Gerhardt was doing some stuff on clearware and showing her processes and maybe some of the paint she was using. She's the one that sculpted the Cleveland Bay for Breyer. So check her out on Facebook. You might be able to find some techniques there, or people have probably posted about it. Let's see. Marty says, I'm a miss for the Breyerfest stablemates as well. Candice, welcome. Really like the Breyerfest stablemates, says Andrea. See, there's like a mix. People that love them, people that don't love them. It's going to be all over. Karen, hello, welcome. Let me see. Only like the Frisian. Amy saying you use stained glass paints to paint clearware or anything that has a clear or semi-clear paint quality. Takes many layers, so be patient. And probably best if airbrushed, because you would see your paint strokes if you were painting by hand. That is totally a thing. All right, let us go on to more Breyer, because it never ends this year. So they have the stablemate here. This is a glossy matte split. It's Touche, super cute little trotting wag stablemate. Man, those ears look giant in this shot. I didn't even notice that. Bunny ponies, super cute. And this reminded me a little bit of the Leopard Appaloosa that they did this year, but it was a deco, so we're doing a little bit of a different pattern here. So that was available. Then they showed this, which just destroyed the internet, because everybody was like, the pony's really cute, but who is that in the background? And Laura Skillern sculpted the pony. What is our pony's name again? Waffles. And then I believe the one in the background is called Flapjack. So Waffles is a painted by Sommer and then sculpted by Laura. Blah blah blah. Silver Dapple Tobiano, super cute. We needed another pony mold. We needed something moving and being actiony other than newsworthy. We really haven't seen that in a while. We've done some cute animations. Where's our Flapjack? There we go. So this is Flapjack, actually paired with the pony. So people were saying, what is the deal with the pony being more? Is there going to be a foal? Is it the mare and foal set? And they decided to put in a donkey, which is super cute. I really like this idea of them doing two smaller pieces together. And essentially it would probably cost them for molding and everything the same, because they're making another mold anyway. So for them, financially makes a lot of sense, and super cute. And we haven't had a donkey in like 20 years or something, they said. It's been a while. So super cute. People with a really good eyeball spotted that the donkey is the best customs contest entry from Laura quite a few years ago, or a few years ago now. And they've made it into, and I don't know what mold it started as, made it into a release, which is the first time I think that they've ever done that, which is kind of cool. So super cute pairing. I'm really excited that we're getting a donkey. Then they peaked this one. This is Niwa, I'm assuming is how it is pronounced. It is again a split. So there is a black Rabicano and a chestnut Rabicano on the shrunken down version of the Arab that my brain can't think of the name of right now. Maybe it'll say here. No, I think it's started with an N. But anyway, super cute. Lots of people are really excited about the color split. It's a mold we haven't seen a lot of up to this point, which is also super cool. The Gambler's Choice is called Bijou. which is very cute. I really like the decorator color. This is super cute little baby Emma mold. We have leopard, black Appaloosa. We have kind of a rosy-ish gray. It just has a little bit of rosy tones in it, but not super rosy. Then that looks like it's matte. Then the really pretty blue, purple kind of pinto there. And then we have a really pretty glossy palomino that's maybe a little on the sooty side. And that's my favorite personally. Super cute. This is the Premier Collection together. So there's Carmen in glossy and matte. There is Georgina in the back. So our cantering, super fun action posy drafty thing. They're calling it a Georgia Grand for this run at least. Then we have Flapjack, and then we have Waffles. So super cute. Very like, if you're going to be in the Premier Club, it's a good year to be in the Premier Club. You're getting like 4 ponies for the price of technically 4.5, 3.5. So works out well. They did their Christmas ponies. I don't think any of those are still available, but we talked about that the last stream. This is the Stablemate Club, more or less altogether, without the bucking horse, but we'll see that in a second. So you can see kind of the full body shots. That palomino that's so cute. So cute. And it does look more sooty, mushroomy, so maybe they're not calling it palomino. I don't know, but it is cute, whatever it is. The G1 quarter horse is also really cute. I love that they're doing the corn spots on the stablemate roan there. This little stablemate, the draft with the bows and the bobs, is the optional purchase this year, which is weird that they showed this before they showed the bucking horse in it. So then you're seeing full pictures here of all the premier horses. So that is Waffles, that is Flapjack, that is Carmen, and that's Georgina. Get out of this guy. And then they went and did this. So this is the color for the bucking horse. They're calling it Derecho. Super cool color. I love this. I might need one. I didn't enter in any of the clubs this year, but if someone has one of these secondhand that they don't want, think of me. I will trade handsomely for it because it's super cool. But there's a split. Here, I'll show pictures of the donkey in a second. Oh, come on. Where is the... I'm skipping things. It comes in a split for the colorway. So it looks like there's a micro run of this dark Garula with a little bit of lightness in the mane. That's also super cool. And we're seeing the other side of it and kind of how the base is going to look. So I'm super excited about this. I almost joined just for this horse because it's bucking. You guys know I have a thing. Pardon my scrolly scroll. This is more pictures of the Flapjack from different sides. So super cute. Little dude. We don't know 100% how big he is. This is the actual plastic. This isn't the Resin Masters, so that's kind of cool. It looks like we're seeing the proper, like aside from Georgina, all of the ones we've seen for Carmen and that are all production pieces. And they might not be the actual production run. They might be like an in-house test, but they're on, looks like the plastic, and it looks like OF style paint other than the Georgina. So super cute. I think he's going to be adorable. And then that's another shot of the drafty guy or gal, looks like the little mustache spot. And then another one of the Rabicano. Better shot of the Pinto. These are super cute. They did a really good job. This is a good lineup. So you can see here, that's OF style, that's OF style, these are OF style. That is the master, it looks like. I don't believe that is the production one. And then for the Premier Club, they always offer a new stablemate. The new mold for this year is Leah Pretz's first horse for Breyer, which is really exciting. So Leah is Canyon Creek Studios or Canyon Spring Studios. I don't know why I always call it Canyon Creek. Canyon Spring Studios, and looks like it might be a techie or something like that. It's kind of a more thin exotic build. Might be red tones. That just might be primer or a master. You're kind of seeing a little bit of color if you blow it up, but that just could be something else going on there. Or primer. I don't know. Could be a trick of the camera, but super cute. That'll be kind of a new mold. It's exciting to see new sculptors get opportunities to work for Breyer, because we haven't seen a lot of that in the last few years. So this is starting to become a little bit more of a thing. I like that a whole bunch of new people are getting opportunities to play, because that gives us so much more fun stuff within the clubs and the lines. That's kind of cute too. Seeing her play with the little one. And they did a Happy New Year Hamilton. It's kind of funny how his tail is moving there, but then they showed us their stablemates. That's the little race set all together. Super cute. And then they're talking about Breyerfest. So that is Breyer's, the majority of their stuff for the day. Yeah, that covers basically all of it. Let's see what we got here. Zafira, that's the right mold. So that's the Arab. I was struggling. Thank you for helping me with that, Jody. My brain's like, help. Too many things. Love the pony, but the donkey's adorable. Everybody was like, pony's cute. Donkey, though. Oh my God, which is kind of funny. Let's see. All cute. 2 pintos, 3 pinto colors. Derecho is super cool. And the glossy, oh my God. I know. Very exciting. Love the buck too. Marty says I got 2 accounts for that bucking horse, but I wasn't going to do the Stableweights Club this year. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm yawning. And my mother-in-law is probably laughing. She told me on the phone the other day, she watches the streams, and every time I yawn, she laughs. It's going to be a good year. I'm so excited. It'll be fun. I think it's going to be a great year. So let me see what else we got going on here. Studio updates. All right, so I've been busy still casting away, keeping up with orders. I'm into the blah blah blah. I'm into the time payments that were paid off early for the Jug Life molds, and into anybody who's bought a paid in full Juggy. There's a couple of those in the queue as well. A couple people who have paid off Betty Boops and ponies like that. The stablemate guys are casting well through the Alps. They are shipping out. They took a break for the holidays, but they should be back next week. Actually, this week. So that'll be starting tomorrow, I would imagine. They're probably very busy with all the ponies over the holidays. So that'll be for Gabriel and the little Jug Life. Their editions end next Thursday. So if you were looking to buy one on time payments or otherwise, make sure that you grab one before the 15th, because their editions will close and no more ponies. So we've got to move on to new things. And I already extended it out by the month, just so that people could have the holidays to do their things and maybe get some pony money for holidays or sell some things. But yeah, the 15th is the cutoff. So if you've been kind of sitting there waiting, do it by then. You're also, if you purchase one, entered in for the draw for the Jug Life Classic for free, which is kind of cool. Maybe additional prizes depending on how many entries that we get. And make sure you enter for free on the website. I can't type it. No. Oh no. Let's see if I can do this a different way. We're getting creative here, people. Hang tight. Oh, I can't hit enter either. No. All right, let's try this a different way. So I'm going to share my screen. You can enter the giveaway here. If you go to the top of the page, there's a giveaway tab at the top. Right there. That takes you to the page here, shows you how you can win. You get a free entry form, free entry on the website on this page. Then there's one entry for being in any of the clubs. There's one entry for any of the resins that you buy. And that includes all the way up to the beginning of the edition. So you don't need to buy another pony to qualify unless you want another entry. If you already bought one, you were already qualified. All the mumbo jumbo for how it works. And then you can click the Google Forms link here or just enter on the page here. And then that gives you your free entry. I also have the monthly challenges posted and released. So this is for Flat Out Fabulous. This is any medallion that I've sculpted and then painted by yourself or someone else. Doesn't matter who it's painted by. The entries are open from now until the 20th. That means that we close out not next Tuesday, but the one after. So we have 2 more weekends before this closes out and we start. I'll put up everything up for voting. The first topic is, or challenge is solid gold, which is solid colors. It can be any solid colors as long as it doesn't have a pattern on it. Realistic only at this time. So if you go down on the page, this is the smaller breakdown and it tells you which ones are fantasy friendly. So some of the some of the challenges are color based and more geared for realistic. Some of them are open to fantasy because I wanted people to be able to show their fantasy pieces too. So January's, like I said, solid gold, realistic colors only, no patterns, but normal white markings are fine. There's a class, I guess, or a division for people that are showing stuff from their collection. And then there's the artists challenge, which is Rising Star, which is for anybody that's painting their own stuff and under 16, or you haven't won a championship and you're a fairly new painter is kind of the idea behind that. So it hopefully will encourage people to paint their things and get them out there and showing. You can paint ahead of time. You don't have to wait and paint the same month. It's not like NaMoPyMo in that sense of a challenge where you only have that month because you'd only have 20 days to get it done, photographed, and submitted. So you can paint the December theme now and submit it in December. Don't submit them ahead of the window of that month because it won't count. I can't keep track of all of the entries for all of the months if you're doing stuff like that. And I'm trying to run this a little bit admin light for me because I want to do fun things for you guys, but I also can't track entries down and do crazy stuff. So please read the instructions on the website. They are not that hard. If the subject line for the email and the information for your submission is not correct, then like if you're not following the rules that way, that's a big problem. So try and at least read that part of the website, which is how to enter right here. Just read this. It tells you where to submit. It says contact@chrysalisstudios.com and then Flat Out Fabulous and whatever month it is, entry. And then that will make sure that it gets to the right place and I see it and it goes where it needs to go. Include your name, which division you're entering, open or rising star, keeping in mind that rising star is for new painters or young painters. Whatever the horse's name is, the finish work artist, if it's not you, and then attach the photo as an attachment, not in the body of the email, because it might not process properly if it's in the body of the email. Don't make it 5 bajillion like gigabytes huge either. And JPEG or PNG only. So yeah. And then the first painters artists challenge that I've put out there. So that's kind of done with the intent to be more focused on something that painters will really revel in. Again, you don't need to paint it in that month. You can paint it in advance, which is why I'm giving you advance notice of what this is going to be. You have the whole year of all the themes listed out here. So the March challenge, which you can paint in February for NaMoPyMo if you want to do it as a side piece, an add-on piece, is Delighted by Details, which is fantasy friendly. It's hair by hair, haloing, mapping, that sort of thing. So you're looking for hair detailing. And yeah, you can, like I say here, you can double up your fun and paint this challenge as an add-on, as an I did this 2-piece for NaMoPymo. In the Ravers group on Facebook, I'm encouraging people to post their work in progress pieces, ask questions, that sort of thing. And then it'll all go up for vote, and you could win some pretty cool prizes. So a lot of the prizes right now for the individual challenges are studio credit, and then I will repost the winners and make sure I link your studios or the studios for the finish work artists, and give you guys some props for winning cool stuff. And then at the end of the year, everybody who's won one of the challenges goes into the big overall draw, I guess. It's going to be another voted on challenge, and that will be for resin prizes. And I can't tell you what resin prizes they are because I can't yet. Might be some new things, so keep that in mind. That's kind of fun. And yeah, you can take a peek here. The top of all these pages tells you what the schedule looks like for the 1st through the 20th, with the exception of December. December's a little weird because there's also the big championship class, so that kind of brings the dates in a little bit. And the voting will all be on Facebook. Grand Championship is in December. So yeah, take a peek at what you're going to do. There is, if you don't have medallions to paint for the challenge, I have some medallion packs up, 3-piece medallion kind of assortment of random things. And some of them are pretty cool things that are in the random boxes. But if you can't do that, then I have individual medallions for a special price of $38. That includes shipping worldwide, and that is for people that just want to be able to participate but don't maybe have any medallions done by me. So hopefully that helps a little bit. And then that's a random medallion. You don't get to pick which medallion you're going to get. It's going to be something at random, which actually kind of adds to the fun, in my opinion. So that should be cool. I'm excited about those. Have a whole bunch of entries already, and they will go up for voting on the 20th. So you still have lots of time to enter if you wanted to paint something for the challenge, or if you have something pre-existing in your collection, because both are allowed. You're allowed to paint for it, and you're allowed to pull something out of your shelf or buy something new for your collection and show it. Makes medallions a little more fun when you can do some cool stuff. Let me see. What do we have for comments? 2 Pintos, like the buck or two. Someone saying Jenner Bennett. I understand that Maggie's last name is Jenner Bennett. I said Maggie Bennett because that is the name that she does her art stuff under, but maybe you're correcting somebody else. Can you make a PDF printable version of the paint challenge? I can. You can also, they're JPEGs on my website. You can also print them directly from my website if you wanted to, but I'll try and do a printable version, and then you got the whole list if you want. Screenshotting and printing is also another way to do that. I will try and remember to do, I don't have a way to, hold on. I will take a screenshot or a picture of the thing and try and remember to post that. Jody says, excited about the medallion show. Love seeing everyone's medallions. And that's going to be fun too, because it's a vote. I get to vote and pick my favorite out of the batch too. So that will be kind of an interesting thing. There's a separate prize for that. And then the public gets to vote. So you never know who's going to win. Could be really cool. All right. So that's what I've been up to there. I did post a peek of the sticker coming up for the sticker club. That is on my page that I can't use my keyboard to get to. This is definitely a skill testing question. It is the year of the fire horse. Therefore, fiery things were required. This is, and it's intentionally a little pixelated, a peek of what you're going to maybe see. And then I can show you guys another peek. Here, let me see if I can make this bigger. All right. That's another peek of what I'm working on for the sticker. So Sticker Club people are going to have a fire pony in time for the Lunar New Year, which starts February 17th. And if the mail cooperates, by the time I've shipped it in like the first couple of days of February, it should hopefully arrive in your mailbox for the Lunar New Year, and you will be able to do things with your fire ponies. So that should be a lot of fun. I've been wanting to do elemental styles for a while, and this gives me the opportunity to do that. And I know that there's two fantasy things, one after the other, but you guys wanted more fantasy stickers as part of the club. That was kind of a fairly heavy weighted preference. And then the sticker for this month is our Hyperachion in a matte metallic, which is super fun, also known as chicken butt. So, what's up, chicken butt? And he's all punky and cute, which is kind of cool. And quite large. So I actually upgraded the size of the envelopes to be full raven face size so that I could fit the sticker in it, because they were slightly on the small size before. And then I don't have the peaks yet, because we traditionally don't do them until close to the end of the month, of what the medallion is going to look like. But soon-ish. It is still only day 4 of January. And my Medallion Club members prefer surprises over Sticker Club members, it seems. I did spy some Khrysalis ponies that I will show you. This is kind of fun. So this is a tater done up in really cute tack, owned by Angelica Smith, called Booker. Really, really cute setup there. The tack was done by our lovely Shannon Granger Peel. She's from Alaska and does some really good work. It's super cute. Like, just that working roping kind of style set is very neat. So I will try as much as I can this year to post things of people doing well with Khrysalis ponies. I've been trying to include them in the emails. So if you have a pony that's done a challenge or competed somewhere and won a prize, or you have a new pony you just want to show off, let me know. Send me an email or tag me in it at Khrysalis_studios is generally the one that I follow. There is Debbie and Megan's collection, and they have a China Juggernaut that was done as a replica of a Karen Zorn paint job, which is super cool. I don't think I've ever seen that done before, because their Karen Zorn Juggernaut did really well, and they asked for permission from Karen Zorn to replicate it in China. And then the China's kicking butt, which is kind of cool. So they're doing really well with their China Juggernauts. And then I did a year in review, which is pretty crazy to me. So let's see. Because you don't think about things until you put it all together. So I put everything together, all my rows and releases for the year. I had quite a few, actually. So there's 5, 6, 7 if you count the 2 doll heads. We have Gabriel, the Venti Comtois. I was finishing up the Bombas edition. Betty Boops released about mid-year. And then we have the 2 Little Jug Life. So the classic and the stablemate. You can tell the difference because of how their tails are shaped. Oops. It's like, here's your planner stuff. How can you tell I've been hyper focusing on planner things? And then the doll heads. So they're joy heads. They're meant for the Yvonne doll. And I haven't seen any pop-up painted by anyone else yet, which is unfortunate, but they will happen. There's been quite a few that have sold that are out there, and it's nice that she's smiling instead of stank facing. So yeah. And those will kind of just remain evergreen on the website until I decide that either the molds die or I don't want to make them anymore. So that was kind of cool for resins. Then we got into all the medallions. There are quite a few medallions this year. So we have all the club ones, and I think I'm missing a couple on here. Maybe not. And then the anniversary medallion and Aura, which was not a club medallion, but club members got discounts. So the most recent one being Rekka. Super fun. And a lot of people are having fun painting her, which is super cool. Public release for her will happen in a couple days here sometime this week. And then she'll be publicly available, but for a higher price. So there are benefits to joining the club and being in the club and getting the club price for medallions, which is kind of fun because there's some cool stuff that happens. And let's see. And most of those were fairly realistic or realistic enough. So the leaning for the club tends to be more on the realism side. So most of these, this is a little bit of an artistic spin. One unicorn, an Art Nouveau style piece, and then the Kelpie was still horse enough to count as horse. And then we got into the stickers. So this is a mixture of sticker club stickers and release stickers. So I did make stickers for all the different club categories and sent those out to new club members. Most of these are sticker club, ranging from realistic to more fantastical. So about an even split. And then for the releases, we had the sticker. I didn't include the Chuck Life stickers in here, but we had the sticker for Betty Boops at the bottom. So most of them having effects. We had an embossed sticker. There was shiny holographic. There was matte holographic. I think that was another mirror matte sticker and then a glow in the dark sticker. And then some normal vinyl so that you could put them on whatever you wanted to put them on. Which is quite the year. And then I did painted pieces. So not often, it's been a while since I've released a whole bunch of those. There were some micros, there were some bigger ones, some medallions that I painted. Trying to paint a lot of the stuff that I have around, which is kind of cool. So you get artist proofs, which is kind of my vision for the piece. So they all found new homes this year, ending with the banner at the bottom that ended up with our very own Lizzie. So very fun. That was my year. It's kind of neat when you put it all together in one place because there's just way more than you would necessarily think. If you're not feeling like you're productive, put it all together in one spot. You might surprise yourself. And then this is kind of cool, so I'm going to mention this. This is Sarah Isherwood, and she did a Fireheart as a Heartland rearing fighting stallion replica-ish, like her own take on it, which is kind of cool. He's neat. Where's the original? Just got some pictures of the mouth and teeth, but doesn't have the original. There they are together. So that's the, and I love this mold. I know it's derpy, but I love it. So that is what Sarah Isherwood's been up to, and it's kind of cool. And I like, she's doing the artistic take, which was the original sketch of the silver with his mouth open, with a little bit more oomph to him that I quite like. And she's got this cool unicorn in the back, or pegacorn in the back. So neat. My brain is not working today. What is the theme for this month? For the challenge, if you're talking about the medallion challenge, it is solid gold, so solid colors in any realistic color, just no Pinto patterns or Appaloosa patterns. And then theme for sticker is this one. And then the theme for my brain is chaos. I don't know. Hopefully I covered it. Let's see. Katie's still working on mine. Should be ready tomorrow afternoon. Nice. That's exciting. Love it so much. So cool. Big Heartland. I know. It's like Heartland was such a good brand. It's kind of unfortunate that they're not doing as well in some areas as some of the other companies. I think Lisa's still working on some stuff for them, but it's not the same. They're not producing the plastics like they used to. So not that that's an easy or cheap thing to do anymore, because if it's not in China, it is very expensive to find a good mold maker that does injection molds and to do it cost effectively, as Stone, I'm sure, is finding out. That is the majority of what I have been up to. There is no Ravens rant for today because we just covered 500 years of Breyer. We're already an hour and 15 minutes in, which is past normal stream time. Hyperfixation, let's do that quick. So I've still been doing planning hyperfixation stuff and playing with some little planner stickers in things and really enjoying that process. I didn't actually bring the stuff down here to show you guys things, but I'm trying to become a recovering sticker addict in that I'm trying to use my stickers. So I've been sticking some of my stickers on the planner cover, on the case that I carry the planner stuff in, trying to use things. So it was scary at first and it's refreshing now. And I have some fun little plans. One of the sticker club stickers this year is going to be a sticker sheet, at least one of them. And then that's going to offer some really cute little stickers that you can stick in your planners or things, because I know some of you do that. And if you don't, then it can be in your journal or it can just stay on the sticker sheet, or you can put little cute things on little cute things. Like I got this the other day. My husband has hearing aids from hearing damage from construction, and they gave him this cute little bottle of Vaseline, and it's wired little things, so cute. I don't understand. You could put stickers on anything, like little tiny pony things. Oh, that would be cute. You could take the little micro stickers and put them on your little barns. Okay, well, now that I have that in mind, I'm gonna have to make a little baby friggin' versions of the stickers to put on stuff, because that would be super cute. If you guys need that, let me know, because I might need to do that. Or you can put them on your pens if they're that small. So many options. Recovering sticker addict, putting stickers on things. And it's like a half truth because I have 2 stickers. Like for Paint Pony Studios, I have 2 memberships. So I have 2 stickers every month. So one of those stickers I can hoard and one of those stickers I can use. It's just the perfect mix. So anyway, I will let you guys carry on with your weekend on your Sunday. I'm actually away from the studio for the next couple of days. We are going to Banff to stay in a cute little hotel and bring Nash along. They have this underground hot spring pool thing we're going to stay in, and they had some really great rates for post holidays because everybody's back at work. My husband actually took the last week off and this week coming off so that we would have one holiday week and then one when everybody's back at work week, which kind of works out really good. So you won't see me shipping things or probably doing a lot of posting in the next couple of days, but I will be back on Wednesday for your regularly scheduled program. All right, I love you guys. This is your friendly neighborhood Canadian out. Do not feed the trolls. We are into a new year. They are still on their diet. And I don't know, they might be losing some weight. I'm not seeing as much crazy drama, so maybe it's just me. You can also curate your feed so that you don't see all the crazy drama. But anyway, love you guys. If you're here and you're a troll,